The most important thing about OpenClaw is something that no one is talking about. Let's talk about it. I've been running OpenClaw for the last 30 days as an operator, not as a content creator. And yeah, there's a big difference. Mine's actually doing things. And here's the biggest impact on business that OpenClaw has brought to light. Number one, if you're a business owner, you should not be feeding all of your information to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, doesn't matter. You should not be using the LLM on that platform. Why? Because it lives in the cloud of that platform and you cannot access it. That is your proprietary information that should live on your LLM locally on your machine. And I've realized this because now OpenClaw is using API tokens and it doesn't have the context of the millions of conversations that I've had with ChatGPT. So OpenClaw has shown me that I need to be operating differently and my proprietary information needs to live in my LLM, not in ChatGPT. All right, let me explain in the most simple terms. So you go to ChatGPT and you type something in. You are not using ChatGPT, you are building a skills-based LLM that it learns and has a memory based upon you and who you are. Now, when you use OpenClaw with APIs, you are accessing the reasoning from ChatGPT or Claude or whichever platform, and it doesn't consider the ChatGPT login that you have, which is your LLM. Now, what I've realized is the greatest value that I have is my ChatGPT LLM, but that is owned by OpenAI and I don't have access to be able to download that. Because of OpenClaw, I've realized that I need my LLM and I'm never gonna do this again. One of the most valuable things that you can own is your IP and you're giving it up to ChatGPT and Claude and all these platforms every single time you talk about something. And I guess OpenClaw has shown me the value in that because my ChatGPT is phenomenal. It's so well trained. I can tell it, hey, write me an email sequence, and it's phenomenal, but I've trained it over years. And that training is owned by OpenAI or Claude or Grok or Gemini. I need to own that training. What am I doing about it as a developer? Well, all of my LLMs are gonna live locally now. So yeah, I need to rebuild all that context and all that memory. And thanks to OpenClaw, I've realized that. I think the future is everyone owning their own local IP that is their local information that they're not giving up to cloud services. And I want to thank OpenClaw for that realization, but tell me what you guys think.